Hey, it's Soul with news, opinions, and analyses, and today we're going to take a closer look at what I think could be a pretty important add-on, or at least what's helping change the game experience for me, and it's called DynamicCam. I featured it a few times in other videos, but it hasn't gotten its own video, so here it is. There's a lot you can do with this add-on, and it's super new, and even as I was setting this video up, I talked with MP Stark, the add-on's author, about upcoming changes, so keep an eye out. The add-on makes use of a new camera feature introduced in the 7.03 patch called the Action Cam. Let's just dive in. First, let's look at the Situations menu, which is the bread and butter of this add-on. Situations are the many different profiles you can set up to change the camera according to what environment we're in. At the moment, we're inside Orgrimmar, which is why you can see City as my current profile. As soon as I walk into this building, the profile changes from City to City Indoors, and my camera shifts a little bit according to that situation's settings. So let's get into what some of these settings do. The zoom setting is already on and set to zoom range. The zoom minimum is set to 10 with the max at 15. What this means is that as soon as we enter a city, the camera will adjust to a setting no closer than 10 and no further than 15. So I'll go inside, zoom all the way in, and then walk back out. The camera will automatically readjust. The other options like zoom into, zoom out to, and zoom set to will work very similarly if you play with them. The zoom fit nameplate is a little bit more special and we'll have to leave the city to check it out, so I'll get back to this later. The rotate option is pretty easy to understand. Once I have it set, it'll rotate as much as I set it to, including forever. Under camera settings, you can adjust the camera to shift left or right of the character center, how subtle the head tracking can be, and this special one, dynamic pitch. It's this and the shoulder offset value that really lets you unhinge your tune from the center of the screen. The target lock focus setting explains itself, and it's probably what will give many players a disorienting feeling with the sudden shifts in the camera. It's not noticeable in the city with there being no enemies around, but I'll uncheck this only attackable setting so the camera tracks friendly NPCs and players. Finally, under extra actions, you can set a situation to turn nameplates on or off, which could be convenient when traveling from a friendly to not so friendly place, or to hide the whole UI, which doesn't make a whole lot of sense, unless you're doing this. Now let's go back to the zoom fit nameplate option. This is a setting most appropriate for combat, notable for stuff that's typically big. We'll go out into the world and make some adjustments. We'll modify the world situation to some simple values like just setting the zoom threshold and no other fancy stuff, and then we'll mess with the world combat situation. Here, I'll set the camera to zoom according to the enemy nameplate. With setting the zoom to match, dynamic pitch to on, and the other settings to whatever you want, let's move in and engage. Now you can get a pretty good look at the giant thing that you're fighting. Now you might be thinking, hey, this whole dynamic thing is cool, but I don't want to risk getting nauseous. I'd rather have the camera just be at a fixed position, but I want to see more. The add-on can't do that. How about if you want to just get the old maximum zoom back? Well, DynamicCam can't do that, but we can do something with the camera pitch that we couldn't do before. And here's how. We're going to turn every situation off, then go here to settings. Think of this as the default situation since no other profile is up. We'll turn on dynamic pitch, that's the centerpiece of what we're trying to do, and for the sake of not feeling dizzy, we'll leave target lock off. From there you can set the other settings here to whatever you like. I'll use these settings here. Notice that the dynamic pitch already has a noticeable effect. You're looking at more of what's in front of you than what's on the ground, now that your character isn't stuck in the middle of the screen. We'll do some more adjustments. Let's go back to the first menu and turn on the advanced options, which soon might be folded into the situations menu to avoid confusion. Dynamic pitch should be enabled because we did that earlier. I'm going to adjust the base field of view pad thing. Pushing it all the way to 1 locks the camera like it used to. Same thing happens if I set it to 0, but that's a bug. So let's change it to 0.01. Now check out what's happening. The camera now looks totally unhinged, as you can see. It's just my preference, but for me it's almost a game changer. My already bad bar placement will need to be readjusted now that my character can go as low as the bottom of the screen. I'm going to leave some footage here so you can get an idea of what the add-on can do, and that's pretty much it. Enjoy! Thanks for coming, like and sub for more stuff, and I'll see you guys Friday for the news. I'm Soul. Stay breezy, guys.